Hey, what's up everybody? Kai here, welcoming you back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Warrior. Previously, we defeated the Phantom who was possessing Reina, and as a direct result of that, we cured her of her mysterious illness. We then made a pit stop in the town of Medan to check in on the townsfolk and see how they're handling the Hope Ruby hoax coming into light, before arriving at the town of Belgian, where supposedly we should be able to find an elf who could help us reach Elfreya. But before that could happen, we were quickly recruited in a rescue mission for a young girl named Jaren, who the town offered as ransom to some monsters in exchange for the town's safety because, as we all know, monsters in RPGs are trustworthy. Now, even though Jaren's life is at stake, I decided to make a little side trip over here to the town of Serenagal, which is on the far end of the desert just east of Belgium. And again, this trip is not required, but it's a good idea that you come here, as dangerous as the journey is. You will see why today. So, first things first, let's go to the item shop. And let's buy some more Power Gourds. Probably 8 more. That should be good. Ooh, we could buy high potions too. Now, I've already sold everything off-screen. Although I think I held on to the monster ring. Yeah, just in case I do want to do a little bit of grinding. We're not going to run into any more undead, so you know what? Let's give the Days Ring back to Aguro and the Power Ring back to Kai. Okay, this is the real reason why we came here. We want to buy 2 axes, a rapier, and let's go with about 30 big arrows. Now, big arrows do massive damage to a single target. It's enough to easily one-shot anything for quite some time. But let's see how good this stuff is. Let's give a rapier to Lufia. Very nice. Yeah, even Lufia is getting in on the sword action. Yeah, look at that attack power. Now that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Finally, an RPG where it's actually a good idea to use axes. 51 attack power. That is amazing. And now do you guys see why it's a good idea to come here? But usually in RPGs, axes are a waste of time because they either have piss-poor accuracy or they deal very random, very unpredictable amounts of damage, like in, Final Fantasy Tactics. Anyways. Aw. I don't think there's any armor I want to buy, but let's just double check. Yeah, we're good. And we still have 8,000 gold to mess around with. Alright. So now, let's take a look around this town. Miracle Mango? No, just a regular miracle. Well, I don't know. That's what people keep telling us. The Lost Woods. Maybe we'll find a Master Sword. Ah, that's why we need an elf. Okay. What is it with RPGs and going through forests where you either need an elf in your party or it's a maze? I can't even keep track of how many games I've seen that in. Seiken Densetsu 3, Dragon Warrior, Zelda, what else? I think Suikoden 5 had a forest like that as well. I mean, is there some mythology in a culture that has a forest like that I'm just unaware of? Hell, even Wild Arms had a forest maze. Oh, okay. So why don't we just go to that station and meet us an elf and advance the story? Isle of Forfeit? That sounds ominous. That is very strange. I wonder why that is the way that is. Well, we'll be sure to make a trip there, eventually. But I believe that's all I wanted to do here in Serenagal. Oh, do we talk to you? Why do you want fireworks? To celebrate that you don't have any sand in your boots? Yeah, I don't get that line. First she talks about not liking sand, and then she immediately goes off about fireworks? Well, anyways, now I'm going to walk back to Belgium, rest up at the inn, save my game, and I will meet you right outside. Alright guys, we're back, only we're not in Belgium. We are actually at the old cave lobby because on my way back to Belgium, Kai gained a level and hit level 15. So yeah, now we have access to the 4th level of the cave. So let's get that out of the way before we rescue Jaren. I'm having flashbacks of my Phantasy Star 4 LP where I kept putting off rescuing Kyra. Also, the inn here is a lot cheaper than it is at Belgium. Yeah, look at that damage. Oh, baby. So the other day, my friend, just randomly out of the blue, sends me a message telling me that, hey Kai, we should learn Korean. And you know what? I completely agree. I would love to learn how to speak Korean. In fact, when I was in school, that was one of the languages I wanted to learn and study along with Russian. However, neither of those are, well, popular for one, and two, available for study. The only thing my school offered was Spanish, German, and French. So I ended up taking a year of Spanish, a year of German, and 2 years of French. I suppose it's not too late to learn how to speak another language. Although if I ever did end up going to Russia, the only thing I would do is drink vodka and disagree with my grandparents. Because the only Russian I know is, well, vodka, niet, and babushka. So, yeah, not a whole lot would be getting accomplished. Well, 4 of these guys, okay. You know what, we're gonna go with the bang spell on this one. Aguro should be able to one-shot these guys. Yeah, there we go. These guys are a lot easier now. Also, at the same time I was taking all of those foreign languages, I was teaching myself Japanese, which may or may not have helped things. But at this point, I would love, like I said, I would love to learn Korean, and I still have an interest in it, but I don't know, it may not be the most practical thing to do at this point in my life. Do any of you guys speak Korean? I heard it wasn't actually that difficult to learn. I also had an interest in learning Latin, although it's an archaic and widely regarded dead language, but I thought it would be pretty neat to learn that as well. You know what? Let's put one of those big arrows to use. Oh, come on. I hate these lengthy attack animations. Yeah, get fucked. Ooh, an emerald. You can just sell that. It has no purpose whatsoever. Here we get a miracle. Awesome. Probably do want to heal Lufia up. There is a new enemy that we could meet up with here, although I'm not sure if we will. Those big arrows, by the way, are really good to use on bosses as well. That's why I bought so many of them. And I'll probably restock next time we're in the Serenagal area. Hey, poison pin, alright. Those are also pretty handy. 3 of those guys. Well, let's kill you. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Kai, is this game primarily spent in towers and caves? And unfortunately, the answer is Yeah, it is. They sacrificed variety when they were developing this game, but I don't mind it so much because the combat is fun. You know, it's actually very engaging for such a basic RPG. But it would have been nice if we could have seen some other areas, like maybe a forest or a valley. Well, there are other types of areas, but it is predominantly towers and caves. But oh well. Let's go down here first. This floor is actually pretty small. Ooh, nice treasure room. Here we get a long sword. Alright. Let's give that to Kai, even though I just spent money on an axe. Oh well. Here we get a bronze helm. Let's give that to Aguro. And here we get a light robe for Lufia. But yeah, like I was saying, this floor is pretty much just made up of that central hub and a few random rooms off to the side. The flame ring we want to save for later, and the buckler we want to give to Kai as well. And he's catching up to Aguro even without the daze ring. Ooh, light armor. Yeah, much better than the bronze armor. Unfortunately, we didn't win one from those ghost males in the ghost cave, but that's okay. Now the wind heals. Actually, I want to hang on to those for later as well. Oh, you suck. I really wasn't expecting to hit level 15 so quickly, otherwise I would have only bought one axe at Serenigal. But that's okay. We have plenty of money for the rest of the game. I'm not worried about it at all. Another reason that I don't mind going through so many caves and towers in this game is not only the combat engaging, but every area has that one enemy or a few enemies that you just dread running into, and it really keeps you on your toes, in a manner of speaking. You know, we didn't have that sense of danger in my last two LPs. Yeah, there were a couple enemies that would make you shake your fist at the heavens if you ran into them, but nothing like this game. No red mages, or archers, or flame freaks, or anything else that we're going to run into. But speaking of combat, somebody was asking me, Kai, why is it that your characters take their actions somewhat randomly? And the reason is, that's just the way agility works. Not only does it determine how often your characters get a turn, but it also determines how quickly they'll execute an action after you give them a command. Which is why sometimes you'll see enemies getting... Ooh, long nail. We'll hang on to that for later, whatever that does. But that's why you'll see enemies getting turns somewhat quickly, even though I've just given a character a command. It's a little finicky. There's the float. So yeah, there is no set formula for how agility and speed works. And really, if you want to take advantage of that, you'll probably want to stack as much of it on one character to see any noticeable difference. And that goes for all of the stats, like strength. You want to give them all to Aguro to see any kind of tangible difference. We've already seen a difference with Kai in those spell potions. I mean, look at his MP. It's probably a good 20-25 points higher than what it normally would be if I weren't giving them to him. Anyways, here we get the crown and a broad rod, which is cursed. Do not give that to Lufia. So now I'm going to backtrack my way back to the lobby, turn in the crown, and I'll see you guys outside of Belgium. For real this time. Alright guys, here we are outside of Belgium, so now let's go rescue Jaren. I decided to give the wind heals to Lufia after all, because they give her a +5 agility boost, so that's pretty nice. Does she not have the water ring equipped? Could have sworn she could one-shot those guys. Ooh, Lufia leveled. And learned Stronger. Alright, that's like the level 2 healing spell. Heals about 80 to 90 HP. Now, remember that the way to the altar is blocked by a locked door, and that little girl in Belgium told us her brother has the key, and he's hanging out in the southwest cave, so let's go there first. Oh, I also rearranged my inventory, as you can see, so I got the important things on the first page. Now there are 2 caves to the southwest, so make sure you don't go in the northern southwestern cave. Oh, big arrows are so good. Oh, 3 of those guys. Let's go with the bang spell here. Even with that new armor, those guys do a number on us. Man. Wow, Kai's close to leveling up again. Game? You know what, let's go with high arrows. See if those will be enough to kill those poison rats. No, not quite. But you just defend. Damn it. Well, this is why we have antidotes. Still want to use Kai to heal, primarily. I want to save Lufia's MP for Bang if I need it. Alright, this is the southwestern cave, but can we find that little girl's brother and convince him to give us the key to the dais where Jaren is held? Find out next time, but until then, as always guys, hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. Take care.